I wanted to do a video about interest rates. I found a really interesting chart that shows you rates going back hundreds of years. It doesn't quite go to the current day to 2017, but it's interesting when you take a look at the big picture. Interest rates today are, and arguably since the 2008 economic debacle have been very low. Threes and fours and somewhere in there, right around here. Through today, you would arguably could say today, right around the same, although of course interest rates have been trending up a bit since the election of President Donald Trump. Going back over time, when you look at this threes and fours interest rate level, it's happened a few other times. The only other time it's been quite as low has been right around the Great Depression through the 1940s. Things finally started to take off again in the 1950s and 60s and 70s and 80s. Continuing back in time, maybe you could argue right around 1900, the panic of 1907, interest rates in 1900 were 3.71%. But really, when you look at the whole scale, rates have only been this low a couple times in history out of 225, 30 years, whatever that is. When you look at the kind of the median interest rate level, I would say that's around, arguably around the mid sixes, let's say, somewhere in here, looking over the whole scale. So isn't that interesting that over time, the the rates that we have now could could go up 1 or 2 percentage points, which I think would psychologically alarm everybody, and that certainly would be a bit of a fiscal penalty, but would really fall right in line with the average. I don't know that you could call rates high until maybe you get closer up into the eights and certainly higher. Those higher rates seem to be rare. So we've got a lot of room to the upside and probably no downside. Just looking at the historical chart, once rates start to trend up again, I don't know that we're going to see rates like this again, maybe ever in our lifetime. Then there's lots of questions surrounding what will higher interest rates do to housing prices. Rising rates threaten to complicate the 2017 housing outlook. Rates may not matter for housing. How will U.S. home prices fare in 2017? How the Fed's interest rate increase can affect you. So obviously, it's an unknown. There's a lot of moving parts to housing prices. Demographic shift, wage growth, population growth, certainly interest rates. But it'll be an interesting period of time going forward to see what rates do and how it affects things in the next couple of years. Thanks for watching.